third hand dealt, I pick up ace-3 suited under the gun +1, I raise to 600. This is it, we're going to battle.
It's going to be interesting here because this has got to be one of the largest games that Brad's ever played in, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
If not the largest.
It is.
Yeah, if not the largest, and he's going to play a hand here. I saw that Boots called with King 10 of Hearts. It's not up there, but he raised to 600, Brad did, and Boots called, and he's going to get some action here from Hook 2 with Black 8, so right off the bat, it looks like Doug Polk getting a price. Going to come in there with the 5 deuce suited, so 4 ways.
Frank gives us a flop.
Oh, how about an 8 in the door? And look at this. Brad has the nut flush draw, so this is going to be a big, big pot, or could be.
We've got the nut flush draw on 1 over and a 4-way pot on a board that will theoretically be way better for my range than anyone else since I open from early position and there are 2 Broadway cards. Doug checks with his complete air. I consider checking, but since this is so good for me as the under the gun +1 pre-flop raiser, I bet 2200 is a semi-bluff. I don't anticipate getting raised because none of my opponents will ever have a set of kings or queens. The absolute best hand that anyone will have is a set of 8s, and the only 2-pair combination that makes sense for the opponents other than Doug is king-queen. If anyone calls my bet, it'll just build the pot in case I make the nuts, but I expect my opponents to fold pretty often. That won't be happening. The middle position opponent, whose cards aren't up on the screen, calls with King 10 of Hearts. He has top pair and isn't close to being my main concern. The button flopped bottom set. It's the hand that I said would be the absolute best that any of my opponents could have. It's one of only 2 holdings that I anticipate the button will raise me with for value. Hook makes it 11,000 to go. Doug folds in the big blind. If I call for 9,000 more, the pot will be 27,000 and I'll have 18,000 left in my stack. I'll be completely pot committed and won't really be able to fold to a turn shove, getting almost 3-1 on a call at that point. Since there are so few value hands that my opponent will have, and his range is capped at pocket 8s, whereas I can have all the sets and 2-pair hands, I think that there's some chance that I could even be best. Hook is definitely capable of raising with some kind of worse draw. He's one of those guys who played for hours before the stream. During that time, he got into a hand with my friend Mike Delvecchio when Hook 5-bet shoved ace-jack offsuit pre-flop for 70,000 effective. Hook is a wild guy who can sometimes play with reckless abandonment. I can't see myself folding the nut flush draw on a flop against his opponent, and I won't be folding on the turn either. It's much better to get my money in now. I rip it to hopefully catch Hook making a move. Perhaps I can win this without seeing another card come out, but worst case scenario, I'll have 2 shots at hitting a diamond if I get called. The middle position player snap folds his pair of kings. Hook doesn't even snap call with his set. He's never folding a set for 18,000 more though. He makes the call, which I'm not thrilled to see, but I've missed a lot of draws and all-ins on previous streams this week. I'm kind of feeling like I'm due.
Brad just gets it in here with ace-3 of diamonds.
This has happened in about under 7 seconds.
Wow, he's going to be about a 3-1 dog here against the set.
How many times are we running it, boys?
In every single all-in situation this week on stream, I've run it once for max pain, including several pots for 20,000 or more, so guess what we'll be doing here?
Right. They're going twice.
So about over 60 grand because Brad started with 30, plus the dead money out there. So they're going to go twice here, boys.
Brad looking for a diamond, a non-board pairing diamond.
Doug says, what's happened for blood? Last time Brad wanted to go 1 time blood for the stream, but this time we're going twice. Can't blame him.
If Brad can escape and win 1 here, that's going to be a good result for him.
Yeah, we're going twice. This is 3 hands into a nosebleed game with a pot 2 times bigger than any pot I've ever been involved in. The risk for me is already at an all-time high. No need to make things any wilder than they are when I'm shot taking. I've got about a 50% chance of chopping this. If I can somehow win both runouts, I'll be up over 30,000. The first turn is the ace of hearts, giving me a meaningless pair. The only significance is that had I just flatted the flop raise, there's no sliver of a doubt that I would have called a turn shove. Over $30,000 of this pot is going to be determined by the next card. The river is the 4 of spades. We brick, and I'm both somewhat deflated by the outcome and also happy that I chose to run it twice, so I have a second chance for at least getting my money back. Only one other player folded a diamond pre-flop, which is why the 4 of diamonds is grayed out in the top right. The second turn is the 10 of spades. It gives me a gut shot straight draw. I have one last chance at hitting, or I'll be stuck more than I've ever been stuck in my life. There's tons of tension at the table. I'm sure that the viewers of the stream are on the edge of their seats, so we're about to be extremely relieved or devastated. I kid you not, at this exact moment, the stream cuts out. Here's what the viewers saw.
But the tone has been set, ladies and gentlemen. If you are here early, you've been rewarded.
I'd love to tell you that the second river was a diamond and we chopped, but it was a brick, and I'm only able to keep my chips because I'm in the process of buying him back from Hook. I missed 4 chances at a diamond to lose by far the biggest pot that I've ever played. It's hard for me to process what's going on. I'm not even settled into the game yet. I can't help but think about my friends and family who are watching, my girlfriend and her 2 daughters who stayed up to watch as I immediately get obliterated.